Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Lisa, Best Life Lee. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. I am going to prepare a Hellofresh meal that I got. And just to kind of tell you about Hellofresh, or boxes of fresh food with prepared meals, and it's all the ingredients and you just have to prepare them yourself. And I've actually tried a few. I've tried all three. I've tried Home Chef, I've tried Blue Apron, and I've tried Hellofresh. And actually I like Hellofresh the best out of all of them. I like the way it's packed. So I'm just going to show you. This came on Friday. It's Sunday today. So I just kept this just to show you how it comes. But it's really packed really well. You have like a little cooler type situation, and you have, it's all insulated in here, and these, you get three of these actually that are like frozen. They're still actually kind of cold, and it's been a few days, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, and so if you're not home when it arrives, like when it arrived on Friday, I wasn't able to go out and get it for like a couple hours after it got dropped off. And when I actually opened up the box, it was still frozen in there, and my meats were nice and cold. And then it comes with your packages of ingredients. Like this is all the produce and all the spices and all of that, and the bacon and the meats are in the fridge right now, and I'm going to be pulling those out. But for right now, I just wanted to show you how this all comes. And so for me, for the ones that I've tried, I like the way they pack theirs the best. And so it comes with your recipe card, and this one is Bacon Buckaroo Burgers. And so it tells you what's in your box, and it also gives you all the instructions of how to make your meal. And it tells you what you need from your own, you know, what you need to supply, like the pan and stuff like that. So in this particular case, there's a lot of steps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my oven. I'm going to get my produce out. I'm going to wash everything and get it ready to start chopping. And I'll just take you along with me as we make this meal. So right now I'm just going to preheat my oven to 450. And what it told me to have on hand is a baking sheet, a medium pan, which I have on the stove already, a large pan, which I will have on the stove, paper towels, a large bowl, some kosher salt and pepper, and 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil and a tablespoon of butter. So I'm going to get my oven preheated. All right, and now I'm going to wash my produce. So I'll just kind of show you as I take it out of the bag. So there's some seasoning, there's some cheese, I have some barbecue sauce, a pickle, some green onions, and you can see they look really good. They look nice and fresh, and we're going to wash these. I have an onion, looks awesome. These are the buns for my burgers. These are brioche buns. I have 6 potatoes because it's like a loaded potato side. I have my Gouda cheese, 2 slices, 1 for each burger. And this is probably mayo. No, this is sour cream for the loaded potatoes. So yeah, I'm going to use this bag to put my little trash in as I get cooking here. So what it calls for is it calls for me to slice these potatoes in little round medallions. So I'm going to wash them and then we will slice them up. And there's a lot of steps on this one. So, and my onion. But I love these because all the ingredients are there. Everything is fresh and you try different things. So it says to thinly slice my onion. Oh, there's my cat. And what I like to do, it says to toss the potatoes on your cookie sheet or your baking sheet and to toss it with the oil, but I like to put it in the bag because it just makes it easier to get it all over them and to get the seasonings all over them as well. So these are just going to be little medallions. Couldn't be easier. I'm just going to slice these up. And what I like to do with my HelloFresh orders is I like to get them on a Friday night. So if I want to cook something special on a Friday night, I can, or I can save it for another day on the weekend, as I'm doing today. I'm cooking these burgers up Sunday afternoon. And then done. I'm going to put them into my baggie. So what it calls for is, like I said, to toss it with some of the oil on the sheet, but just makes it easier this way. So it says cut potatoes into 1/4-inch rounds, toss on a baking sheet with a large drizzle of oil and half of the fry seasoning. So I like to look at how much of a fry seasoning I have because it tells you. So the fry seasoning, we have 1 tablespoon. So that means if they want me to do half, I'm going to do 1/2 tablespoon. So we will get 1/2 tablespoon here. Okay. Put a little bit more. And then it wants a large drizzle of oil, half the fry seasoning, salt and pepper. Okay. So I'm going to put this large drizzle of oil. I'm going to put this fry seasoning. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it with the salt and pepper. So then I just close this up and give it a really good shake. And then it says to just arrange on a single overlapping layer on my baking sheet. I think this is where I do my loaded potatoes right on here. So we're just gonna do an overlapping layer. Okay, so there's that, and my oven is still heating up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thinly slice the onion. So it says half peel and thinly slice the onion. Okay. So thinly slice the onion. And then it says to mince a few slices until you have 2 tablespoons. And I'll use these to mince. I'll just chop them up really good. These. And these are going to go inside the burgers when I mix the burgers up. Let's see what we have here. And this just had my fry seasoning in there, so I'm going to put this one. Yeah, I got 2 right here, so I'll just do these. It's clearly 2 tablespoons. All right, so I got my minced. Ooh, doggy. Now I'm going to start crying. All right, so with the onions, when I put my potatoes into the oven, I'm going to roast them until lightly browned, about 20 minutes. And in the meantime, I put my tablespoon of butter in a medium pan, and that's when I'm going to put my onion and salt, and I'm going to cook that until lightly browned. And there's my oven, and I'm also going to cook my bacon on a larger pan. So I'm going to get that large pan heating up on the stove, and I'm going to heat the other one, and I'm going to get my potatoes in the oven, and then I will bring you over and show you what we're doing on the stove. Okay, so I'm going to get my bacon in the pan, and I've got it heating up over medium heat, and this is going to cook for about 6 to 10 minutes. Okay, so I'm just putting my bacon in the pan here, and it starts to cook up, and I need a plate with paper towels. My onions in this pan, and start cooking my onions up. Put a little bit of salt on them. And basically we're caramelizing these. This is with my tablespoon of butter. And it says add a splash of water if the onion begins to burn. So I'm going to get that splash of water. I'm going to get that splash of water ready. We're cooking this over medium-high heat. My onions should cook for 8 to 10 minutes, about as long as the bacon, a little longer than bacon. The quality of the food, the meat, the ingredients is really, really good. Like I said, I really like the Hellofresh. That's the one I've stuck with the longest. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix my hamburger. It calls for me to combine the beef with the minced onion, the rest of the fry seasoning, the salt, So that's what I'm going to do right now. So. Okay. Put my hamburger in the bowl. My onion. And my fry seasoning. And let's take care of this. This looks like it is starting to kind of burn a little bit, so I'm going to put a splash. I'm going to put a little splash of water in here. And then I'm going to turn my bacon again. It smells really, really good. I'm going to have to turn my fan on right now because it's getting a little smoky. And these are almost done. The bacon's almost done. I'm just going to wash my hands real quick, take my rings off. Okay, so still going good in here. Caramelizing these onions, they look really good. My bacon is just about done. I'm going to mix my burger here. There are some things you just can't do without just getting in there with your hands. All right, and then I'm gonna make these into 2 little patties. Underneath this, try to get 2 even patties. Okay, now I'm going to take my bacon out, and I'm going to take my onions out. So I'm going to shut this off, and shut this off. Bring you back up here to see. All right, so I'm going to put my bacon on my plate. And it looks great. Put it onto its little Here's the bacon. Looks great. I got one little piece still sizzling in there. And I'm going to put, let's see, it tells me to, until lightly browned, stir in half the barbecue sauce until warm through 2 to 3 minutes. All right, so I gotta put this back on here and put half the barbecue sauce. Half the barbecue sauce. And I'm just gonna eyeball it. Okay. And it says till it's just warm through. And then it says turn off the heat after it's warm through. I would say that's pretty much warm through, and I'm going to turn off the heat and put that sort of off to the side there. Those look yummy. Okay. There's my barbecue sauce. Now, what it says to do with these burgers is that I'm going to, it says, carefully discard all but a thin layer of bacon fat to cook these on. So I'm going to switch these pans so you can see the burgers cooking. So I'm going to try to take off that all but a thin layer of bacon fat. And I'm going to pour the bacon fat into a glass so it doesn't melt anything that's plastic. Alright, and I definitely have a thin layer there of the bacon. So it says to medium-high heat. Add the patties, 3 to 5 minutes per side. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to put my timer on for 4 minutes and let those cook up. So what it says to do for the potatoes, it says once the potatoes have roasted 20 minutes, remove from the oven and sprinkle the pepper jack and chopped bacon. So I have to chop up once bacon is cool enough to handle, finely chop half the slices. All right, so I'm going to show you that too. And I also have to slice my brioche buns and toast them. One of the last steps to toast the buns. So I'm going to get the buns cut, sliced in half, and get them ready to be in the toaster when it's time. So I'm just going to kind of try to eyeball it and get them as even as I can. Okay, and I'm just going to put these in my toaster waiting to go. Alright, so those are in there. And then I'm going to chop up some bacon. And I'm going to take about half of this. All right. Okay, so I got to turn my burgers over. So I'm going to chop this, and I'm going to leave like that for the burgers. All right, let's turn these over. And we shall cook those again for another 4 minutes, and that's my potatoes. My potatoes are done. So what it says about the potatoes is once the potatoes have roasted, remove from oven, sprinkle with pepper jack and chopped onion, and return to oven until cheese and potatoes are tender, 5 to 7 more minutes. Alright, so we get this chopped up, and then I will get the potatoes out and show you. I also have to cut up the pickle too, so get that pickle sliced up. And some green onion too. Alright, so let me bring my potatoes. I'm going to put some down there. I'm going to put this down so I don't burn my countertop, and get my potatoes out and put them on there. So there's my potatoes. So I'm going to sprinkle them with the cheese and the bacon. I told you there's a lot of steps. So let's do the bacon. And then return to the stove for 5 to 7 minutes. Maybe 6 minutes. Here. Alright, now I'm going to get my pickle. It says, alright, meanwhile, toast buns until golden, thinly sliced pickles, and trim and thinly sliced scallions. I'll get these buns toasting. Oh, and it also says, in the last 1 to 2 minutes of cooking, I'm going to put my cheese on here and let these go for another 2 minutes. I'm glad I cleaned my stove yesterday because it's filthy. All right, we're going to put our cheese on those. We're going to cut our pickle. You still on there? Yep. All right. Slice up our pickle. When that's nice and melted, I'm going to say that those are done. Slicing up the pickle. Buns. Let's get rid of the ends. And I bet these are for the loaded potatoes. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to get my buns onto my plate. Those potatoes are done. I'm going to shut off my oven. I'm going to put my barbecue sauce on my buns. Nope. Get out of there. Come on. Cat wants the bacon. Okay, that's timer for the potatoes, which I already have out. Timer off. We're going to put the burgers on there. This one. Okay. Then we're going to fill with patties, caramelized onion. Here's my caramelized onion. Put that on our burger. Then we're going to put our bacon. Leave that right there. Then we're going to put our bacon. And we're going to put our pickle slices. And we have some extra pickle slices. We're going to put our topper back on. These are going to be good. Put some pickles on the side. Put some pickles on the side. I know I have a mess, but now I'm going to get the loaded potatoes. Check these babies out. All right. I'm going to sprinkle my loaded potatoes with my green onion. Delish. So I'm going to put that on the side of these delicious looking burgers. So yeah, Hellofresh. Hello awesome meal. I guess, I don't know how long that took. I didn't time it, but it was probably about, I don't know, an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, all said and done. You saw me do the prep. So I'm going to take this up to my hubby. We're going to go enjoy our burgers, our whatever they were called. But yeah, so if you want to give HelloFresh a try, I think you really, really should. It's easy. That was a lot of stuff. Like, they're not all that crazy busy, full of stuff to do all at once. But and I have some cleanup to do, obviously, because the burgers do make a greasy mess. But that's okay. I'll clean. And we're gonna go enjoy. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you will give something like this a try. If you have any questions, just definitely put it in the comments section, and I hope you'll come back. So I just wanted to pop back on here, let you know that the burgers came out perfect. They were cooked perfect, and the loaded potatoes, I forgot to put the sour cream on, but I did put the sour cream on after I had shut off the video, and they were delicious. So everything's cleaned up, and yeah, so that was a success, and just wanted to let you know.